It is the 19th of April 2024. Hello and welcome to the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubo. The Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In our highlights tonight, Chief of Defense Forces General Francis Ogolla passes on. CS Duale breaks ground for the construction of new block at National Defense College. Kenya Defense Forces personnel from Army Corps of Transport plant over 15,000 trees in Nairobi. Kenya Defense Forces personnel engage the community in Wajir County. And in sports, Warrant Officer Class 2 Helen Obiri defends her Boston Marathon title. We start today's broadcast on a sad note as the Kenya Defense Forces fraternity and the nation at large is mourning following the passing on of General Francis Omondi Ogolla, Chief of the Defense Forces, on Thursday the 18th of April 2024 after a tragic air accident at Sindar area, Kaben location, Tot Division in Elgeyo Marakwet County. The general, accompanied by 11 military personnel, including the aircraft crew, had gone to inspect the ongoing school rehabilitation program by troops serving under the Operation Maliza Uhalifu. The schools had been ravaged by banditry. The passing on of the CDF and senior officers and service members was confirmed by His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, who eulogized the military personnel.
I am deeply saddened to announce the passing on of General Francis Omondi Ogolla, the Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces. Together with him in the crash were 11 other gallant military personnel, 9 who also passed on with him, and 2 survivors.
Tributes for the late Chief of the Defense Forces continue to be received from various quarters. The Kenya Defense Forces conveys its deepest condolences to the families of General Francis Ogolla, officers and service personnel who lost their lives in the tragic air accident.
On the fateful day, Chief of Defense Forces General Francis Omondi Ogolla started his day from Wilson Airport, where he boarded a helicopter and flew to Chesitet Primary School in Baringo County, where he and his military entourage inspected renovation works at the institution done by the Kenya Defense Forces troops. He later went to Kainuk Forward Operating Base in Turkana County, where he addressed troops before proceeding to Kaptrilel Secondary School for the launch of renovation works of 5 schools. It was on his way from Kaptrilul Secondary School to the Recruits Training School in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County, that the tragic accident occurred. May the soul of the departed heroes rest in peace.
Earlier this week, Honorable Aiden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, in the company of the Deputy Ambassador of the United States in Kenya, Honorable Mark Dillard, presided over the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a new infrastructural block at the National Defense College in Karen, Nairobi. The CS acknowledged the immense contribution by the U.S. in building and enhancing the capacity of future strategic leaders from various ministries, departments and agencies, not only from Kenya but also other allied countries.
Speaking during the groundbreaking ceremony, the CS noted that the new facility was a clear demonstration of the strong cordial relations that Kenya and the United States enjoy and a critical strategy to strengthen the strategic defense infrastructure, adding that the new building would go a long way in bolstering efforts to promote peace, security, and the stability in the Horn of Africa and the Great Lake region.
The significant initiative stands as a testament to the profound and enduring bonds and relationship between Kenya and the United States of America. This underscores our robust military cooperation and our shared strategic interests.
The Deputy United States Ambassador to Kenya, Honorable Mark Dillard, applauded the National Defense College for its commitment to becoming the regional center of excellence and acknowledged the remarkable economic, security, and military cooperation between Kenya and the United States.
The United States is grateful to have a capable and reliable security partner in Kenya, a partner who is committed to excellence in the profession of arms.
The Commandant of National Defence College, Lieutenant General Juma Munyikai, expressed his appreciation for the construction of the new block, underscoring its significance in enhancing the college's capacity to prepare selected senior military officers and equivalent civil servants of the Republic of Kenya and their counterparts from allied countries for higher responsibilities in the direction and management of security and other related areas of public policy. The initial phase of the infrastructure development project involves setting up an administration block with offices and a seminar room, constructing a library block, building an ultramodern auditorium capable of accommodating 250 people, and providing additional support facilities.
This new infrastructure will enhance the capacity of making NDC a regional center of excellence in security and strategic studies for a secure, stable, and prosperous society. Consequently, we sincerely appreciate the Ministry of Defense and our partners from the United States in actualizing this dream, which was mooted some time back.
Prior to his demise, General Francis Ogola, the Chief of the Defence Forces, earlier in the week had led Kenya Defence Forces personnel from the Defence Headquarters Camp Administration Unit in the Defence Forces Physical Readiness Test at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, Lang'ata, here in Nairobi. In the wake of his passing on, the Chief of the Defence Forces had underscored the philosophy of holistic health for the military. In his address to the participants after the exercise, General Ogola emphasized the importance of physical fitness in any military, noting that there are many health benefits that come with it. He also underscored on the significance of Ulinzi Sports Complex, Lang'ata, urging the Kenya Defence Forces personnel to take advantage of the excellent facility, individually or collectively, to improve their physical fitness.
The exercise was also attended by, among others, the Assistant Chief of Defence Forces in charge of personnel and logistics, Major General David Keter, General Officer Commanding Border Security Command, Major General John Koimo, Director of Medical Services, Major General Dr. George Nganga, and the Commandant Defence Headquarters Camp Admin Unit, Brigadier Willie Wesonga. The annual exercise was aimed at testing the soldiers' physical fitness in line with the Chief Defence Forces clarion call, "One force, one mission."
Fitness is important in any military in the world, and it keeps you stronger, healthier, and more versatile.
Change to the PTI, change to the PTI.
Kenya Defence Forces troops deployed in Wajir collaborated with Wajir County Referral Hospital to organize a free medical camp at the Sheikh Dispensary aimed at addressing healthcare needs of the community and strengthen the relationship between the military and civilians. During the exercise, over 55 residents, majority of them women, children, and the elderly, benefited from a range of services including general medical checkup, screening for non-communicable diseases, and treatment of common ailments. Additionally, the locals were sensitized on best nutritional and sanitation practices, as well as the importance of antenatal care, birth preparedness, and regular clinic visits.
The troops crowned the engagement with a friendly football match with the youth at Dasheng Primary School playground, whom they gifted with football kits and balls. The medical camp provided a platform for soldiers to connect with residents, fostering positive interaction between security personnel and the community members. The community, led by the area chief, Mr. Mohammed Abdi, expressed gratitude to the soldiers for their dedication to the region's security.
In other news, the Ministry of Defence, through the Department of Strategy, Policy and Planning, conducted a comprehensive two-day training program on performance contracting for military and civilian officials at the Defence Headquarters here in Nairobi. The training, that was facilitated by experts from the Public Service Performance Management Unit, was aimed at equipping participants with essential knowledge and skills in performance contracting.
The Ministry of Defence exemplary performance in the previous financial year, ranking very good and securing the second position in the ministerial category, underscored the importance of such training initiatives by sensitizing officers on best practices in performance contracting. The training developed into various key areas, including an overview of performance contracting in Kenya, the design, structure, and implementation of a standard performance contract, among others. Both theoretical teachings and practical exercises were incorporated to enhance comprehensive learning.
Mrs. Eileen Ogola, Military Wives Association of Kenya Chair, in conjunction with the Kenya Defence Forces Compensation and Welfare Department, led members for a disability mainstreaming seminar held at Mariakani Garrison in Mombasa County. In the same light, Nairobi Region MWAC members attended the launch of Children and Teens Seminar organized by the Defence Headquarters Camp Admin Unit for the Kenya Defence Forces families at the Defence Headquarters in Nairobi. These events are in line with the Military Wives Association of Kenya motto of working far together with the Kenya Defence Forces families in matters of welfare.
In Mombasa, Colonel Edward Nyamao, who is the Colonel Compensation and Welfare, assured the participants that despite their injuries, they are still an integral part of an institution that has a responsibility to consider their well-being and to support their rehabilitation by making use of their expertise. Mrs. Eileen Ogola saluted those injured in the line of duty for their bravery and loyalty to the nation and further expounded on the importance of joining the various KDF welfare agencies which benefit them and their families even after retirement. The children and teens at the Defence Headquarters were taken through mentorship talks by the chaplaincy and IT specialists on self-awareness and cyberbullying, among other topics. Brigadier Willie Wesonga, the Commandant Defence Headquarters Camp Admin Unit, acknowledged MWAC's effort in nurturing the youth through various programs, an opportunity for them to develop character and grow their social capital and awareness.
Lieutenant General Charles Kahariri, the Vice Chief of the Defence Forces, officiated a ceremony that saw the International Peace Support Training Center awarded the International Organization of Standardization Certification on the 17th of April 2024 in Karen, Nairobi. The ISO certification is valid for 3 years from February 29, 2024 and marks the fruition of a journey that commenced in March 2020 when IPSTC embarked on a path alongside other dedicated institutions striving to align with the global standards in quality management system as per the ISO 9001-2015 international standards.
While unveiling and formally presenting the certificate to International Peace Support Training Center, the Vice Chief of Defence Forces acknowledged the significance of the ISO accreditation and emphasized that the achievement by IPSTC was not just a triumph for the institution, but also a triumph for the entire Kenya Defence Forces. Brigadier Joyce Sitenei, the Director IPSTC, expressed delight in the institution's affirmation of commitment to quality throughout its operations, thus earning the esteemed ISO certification. ISO certification positions IPSTC as a global hub of excellence in peace support operations training, education and research, operating within a comprehensive and multidimensional framework. It further assures the institution's effective implementation of quality management systems to ensure consistently high-quality education offerings in peace support operations.
Kenya Defence Forces personnel from the Kenya Army Corps of Transport, in conjunction with the University of Nairobi, Greens of Africa Foundation and Equity Bank, planted over 15,000 trees at the University of Nairobi Lower Kapete campus. This is in line with the Commander-in-Chief's National Tree Restoration Program, aimed at mitigating the devastating effects of climate change by planting 15 billion trees by 2032.
Speaking during the exercise, Lieutenant Colonel Simon Cherugut, the Acting Corps Commander, School of Transport, said that the Kenya Defence Forces intend to mitigate the devastating effect of climate change through tree planting and continues to partner with various stakeholders in ensuring the target set of planting over 450 million trees is achieved under the Environmental Soldier Program.
We've been able to plant trees in places like Watamu, Njambini, and right now we are here and we will continue to ensure that all those trees that have been planted are taken care of to maturity, and also we continue to take care of the nurseries that we have seedlings that are growing at the moment in order to enable us to take advantage of the current rains and the rains that will be anticipated in future.
Madam Jedaida Wanyeki, founder of Greens of Africa Foundation, stated that her foundation will continue supporting the Environmental Soldier program towards the target with additional tree planting exercises planned in other regions. The exercise saw varied species like Olea africana, Mexican green ash, Macmia lutea, white bottlebrush, bombea, cordia, and red cedar planted.
And in sports, Laikipia Air Base Warrant Officer Class 2 Helen Obiri, representing Kenya, showcased her remarkable prowess once again as she clinched her second consecutive victory at the prestigious Boston Marathon. Obiri's outstanding performance saw her crossing the finish line in an official time of 2 hours, 22 minutes and 37 seconds, cementing her status as one of the most formidable long-distance runners in the world.
The Kenya Defence Forces fraternity congratulated Warrant Officer Class 2 Helen Obiri for successfully defending her Boston Marathon title. Warrant Officer Class 2 Helen Obiri becomes the second Kenyan female athlete to retain her championship in the Boston Marathon. The first was former marathon world record holder Catherine Dereba in 2004 and 2005. This victory comes only a year after Obiri transitioned from middle to long distance running.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubo. Goodbye and God bless.